very important updates from ongoing fighting between Tigray Defense Force and Amhara Forces, Ethiopian National Defense Forces. First update is from Sekota, a key town in Wag Himra zone, which was retaken by Amhara Forces, Ethiopian National Defense Forces almost a week ago. Just an hour ago, Ago Liberation Front ALF issued a statement about Sekota town. We'll talk about that. Secondly, Amhara news sources are claiming that entire Meket Woreda is under Amhara control. Meket is in North Wolo. Key towns in Meket are Debre Zabit, Filakat, Geragera, Agrit. We'll have a look at this claim by Amhara news sources. Firstly, we're Sekota. What is happening in Sekota? Last night we heard that shelling was underway on Sekota. People were leaving the city. Residents were fleeing Sekota city. I heard of fighting close to Sekota as well. Sekota was taken by Amhara forces almost a week ago, viewers. This town has changed hands 4 times so far. 2 months ago, when Tigray Defense Force entered Amhara region, Sekota was under Amhara control. Then TDF backed Ago Liberation Front, ALF, which is basically TDF. It entered Sekota, it took control of Sekota. Then last week, almost a week ago, Amhara forces ENDF retook Sekota. Again, Shagar, ENDF officers, they confirmed that Sekota was under Amhara control. But it was an hour ago, Ago Liberation Front issued a statement. Ago Liberation Front says, we are returning to Sekota. What does it mean? Heavy fighting was underway last night in and near Sekota. Now ALF and TDF say we are returning to Sekota. It means they have entered Sekota town. Reportedly, ALF and TDF fighters are inside Sekota town. An important development. Last week, when I informed you about Sekota coming under Amhara control, people had said, Sajid, no possibility of Sekota coming under Amhara control. How did Amhara forces reach Sekota? There was no route to reach Sekota because all surrounding areas were under TDF. But you see, viewers, now Agao Liberation Front is saying we are returning to Sekota. So ALF is confirming that Sekota was taken by Amhara forces and now they are re-entering this town. Yours, ALF is further calling upon the residents that they should beware of traitors, that people inside the city conspired with invading Amhara forces. It's an alarming development. It means that traitors might be hunted down, identified and killed as well. Because overall, the nature of this war is such that battle fronts are very fluid. One day a town is under TDF, the next day TDF withdraws from the town. One day a town is under Amhara forces, the next day they retreat from the town. It has been happening, it will keep on happening because battle fronts are very fluid. As I said earlier, Sekota has changed hands 4 times so far. It will keep on happening on other fronts too, viewers. Secondly, viewers, in a previous video, we discussed the likely impact of TDF withdrawal from Afar forces. I said if Afar forces remain neutral, it could lead to TDF putting more pressure upon Amhara forces because the forces, TDF units withdrawing from Afar are being deployed in North Wolo. In Gondar too, but most of these units are being deployed to North Wolo, close to Waldia, Dassi. But if Afar forces decided to join hands with Amhara forces, we could see increased pressure upon TDF in North Wolo, especially on Dassi, Waldia fronts. So far, we haven't seen Afar forces becoming part of the ongoing fighting in North Wallo. We haven't seen any attacks from Afar forces on North Wallo. That is why situation on Waldia Dasi front is almost the same. Amhara forces have made gains on Debattabor front, on Gondar front, but on Waldia Dasi front, so far they have not made any tangible gains. It's partly due to redeployments of Tigray TDF units from Afar on Waldia Dasi fronts. Secondly, viewers, Amhara news sources are claiming that entire Meket Woreda has been retaken by Amhara forces. Meket Woreda is in North Wallo zone. It shares border with South Gondar. When you enter North Wallo from South Gondar, this is the first Woreda. So this Woreda is on the border of South Gondar and North Wallo. And key towns in Meket are Geragera, Filakat, Agrit, and Debrezabit. Yesterday, if you remember, last night, I informed you about ongoing fighting in Geragera. Now, Amhara news sources say that entire Meket is under Amhara control. But 2 days ago, we heard from Geta Choreda, TPLF spokesperson. He had said that fighting was underway in Debrezabit. So about Meket, we are hearing conflicting claims. Both the parties are making claims about Meket. Gashina is under TDF. Lalibela is also under TDF. Meket is the place where fighting is underway. Situation in Meket is fluid. There is presence of TDF fighters fighting on this front inside Meket. So far, Amhara news sources have not shared any visual confirmation from Geragera and from Filakat. We have seen pictures of Amhara fighters from Debrezabit and Agrit. We haven't seen anything so far from Geragera and from Filakat. That is why it's a bit difficult to say that entire Meket has been retaken by Amhara forces. If entire Meket is retaken by Amhara forces, you will see pressure upon Gashina and Lalibela. So it needs confirmation. For me, Meket is still contested, viewers. Thanks for watching.